Hola everyone, hope you guys are all well. Gary at Vinyl Kick here. And today's video is actually, I'm going to jump on the back. I watched an absolute cracking video on the VC channel, and it was a guy called Harris Pilton. I'm sure that's his name. I hope I'm going to get it wrong. I'm sure it was Harris. And his video was about 10 albums, or a certain amount of albums. I'm sure it was 10 records, sorry, not albums, 10 records that possibly you've never seen in the vinyl community before, or have never been broadcast before, or have never been shown before. And I thought, that's a great idea. That really intrigued me. I thought it was a fantastic video, and some of the stuff he showed, the records he showed, were quite obscure and quite bizarre, and said some nice copies of them as well. So, Harris lad, thanks very much for the inspiration. I'm going to copy you if you don't mind and jump on the back of what you did. I thought it was a cracking video. Hat off to you. So we'll start away. Just a quick video. I've got 10 records here that I think I've been very, maybe they have been shown before. I hope they have. If they have, leave us a comment. But I'll be very surprised if they have. One of which I've shown before. So if anybody's watched one of my Clash videos, the singles video, you'll not be surprised to see it. But other ones they're all brand new. They're newbies. They're making their debut, if you like. So the first one I'm going to show is in Neurotic, Newtown Neurotic's first single, When the Oil Runs Out. This came out way back. I can't even remember when this came out. It was that long ago. 78 maybe. You can see the back of it there. They're very different. If you've seen the Neurotics now, with the little now Steve Drew with his long hair. This is in, I'm sure this is on No Future label, or the No Wonder label. Yeah, 1980, No Wonder Records, 1980. When the Oil Runs Out, and the B-sides, Oh No, that was in Neurotics. Newtown Neurotics, now the Neurotics, back to the Newtown Neurotics. Their first ever single, so on the No Wonder Records, When the Oil Runs Out, signed by the band. Unfortunately, Collins passed away, who was the guy in the middle there. Colin, I'm sure he was the drummer. He's passed away, but the other two are still going strong, still playing in the band yet. So that's the first one. The second one's another single, and it's the Clash, Rebel Waltz, and this is it's either Russian or Ukrainian bootleg flexi disc. Just one side, little wraparound sleeve. It really is quite, it's that song about, I don't know, about 3 inch or something worth of vinyl. One side. Now the story with this is quite delicate actually. If you watch my first video, I get into it in my video regarding the Clash 7 inch. I get into it in more depth there, but story goes, there's a maximum of 30 of these. They were either released in Russia or Ukraine. Everything seems to be pointing towards Ukraine, so there you go. The Clash Rebel Waltz, 4 inch flexi disc. Number 3, here we go, the Diablo Swing Orchestra. And this is the double, I'm not sure, I don't think this is the last album, double album. It's a double album anyway. It's the Pinata album. So it is, and it's again, I think I'm trying to look at it because the back is here, it's sort of embossed right, and it's quite hard to see the back. I think it is a double album, but there's not a lot of songs on it. But this is incredible. Anything Diablo Swing Orchestra out in vinyl is incredibly difficult to get in vinyl, and if you go on Discogs, this is selling for an absolute fortune. So it's a really good album. I've listened to it a good few times. It's an absolute cracking album, but the records are like hen's teeth. So I'd be very surprised if anything for the Diablo Swing Orchestra it's been on the VC before. And this is Pandora's Pinata, double album from a couple of years back. I managed to actually pick that up from another collector. Pistols bootleg, Indecent Exposure, the original. This is one of the only bootlegs that I know to also have been bootlegged. It was released, this came out around about 1980 in Rotten Records, and it was live at the 76 Club, not live at the Burton Club in 1976, I read that wrong. It was bootlegged again. The bootleg was copied and released in brown vinyl a few years later, but this is the original black vinyl copy, and it does have the insert, which I won't show you because it is indecent, without a doubt, so we won't show you the insert. And it's a live recording, white label, the original black vinyl. And I think this was 79, 80. It was certainly a bit, was it maybe a bit earlier than that? It might have been 78 actually, and re-released, and then the bootleg was re-released in brown vinyl. A copy of the bootleg was re-released in 1980. So there we go, number 4. Sex Pistols, Indecent Exposure. Something totally different now. The man, the myth, the legend, Ken Dodd. Hits for now and always. Good old Ken. Did he? No, Doddy. Love Ken Dodd. Of course, it's got the classic Happiness on it. You can see there. First song, side A. I bought this in a flea market up in Byers Road in Glasgow for £3. Just, it was the week he died. He just had died that week. And the guy had put this in his window in one of these little sort of thrift charity. It was their charity shop, making a thrift shop, so I sold everything. And he'd stuck this in his window. He wasn't particularly selling vinyl, the guy, but he had a few records and he stuck this for £3. And I went in just looking about. I like kind of buying like older things, various older things, you know. And then the guy was putting his window, and the guy turned to me and said, I'm just going to stick this in the window due to the fact that he's just died. I bet we get £3 for it. I says, I'll give you £3 for it right now, mate. Yeah, so there we go. Bit of Ken Dodd. Hits for now and always. God rest you, Ken. Can't remember what number we're at, but here's another one. Bowie Lodger, original press, Japanese import, still sealed, never been opened for 1979. What more can I say? Absolute lovely album. I've got 3 or 4 copies of Lodger, so I don't need to open it and play it, but it's still, you can see the seal, it's starting to come up a wee bit there, but it's still sealed. Absolute mint condition. Still get the Obi. Bowie's Lodger, Japanese vinyl. Bit different. Hands up, who's heard of these guys? Big Ed and his Rockin' Rattlesnakes and his Bingo album, their one and only album. This is classic rockabilly, all the way from Hume, Manchester. I don't know how many albums Big Ed put out. Did he put out any more? What else did he do? Who is Big Ed? Who knows? Cracking album though. Black vinyl. Picture a wee man there in the middle. And it's just classic rockabilly, old country, whatever you want to call it. Love his jacket, or love a jacket like that. I could really suit that. Big Ed and his Rattlesnakes, Bingo. Now we're talking close to home. Ultrasonic. Ayrshire finest. Super. These are 2 guys from down my way. One of Mallorca Lee, he still carries on the band to this day, and I'm going to see them at the end of July up in Glasgow. This is classic first wave. I mean, we've talked about punk, first wave punk, second wave punk. This is classic first wave rave, hardcore rave. Different class. Double album. They've put out quite a few albums, Ultrasonic. Black vinyl. Quite simplistic. You probably put these out yourself. Mallorca Lee signed it there. He's actually a friend of my wife's, so as was his former partner, the fella Hughes, who was at school with my wife, and my wife's father actually taught the fella Hughes how to play music, how to read music, how to play music, so there is a family connection there. This band are massive in Australasia, Australia, the Indian subcontinent, even into parts of Europe. Absolutely massive still, Ultrasonic. Their gigs are always sold out, so I was glad to get tickets to go and see them. Old school rave, absolute banger, keeps you up all night. I listen to this when I'm doing a bit of exercise or working out or whatever. Great stuff. Hardcore will never die. Canada's finest, B.A. Johnston. Werewolves of London, Ontario. Now, if you've never heard of B.A. Johnston, give them a listen. One-man band, a bit loopy, from Canada, from Hamilton, Canada actually. He's got, I don't know, about 8 or 9 albums out. I've got most of them. B.A. quite simple, it's just sometimes just him and the guitar, sometimes he brings in a drummer and a bass player, just depends what he's feeling like. And he wrote me a wee note in this. I was kind of talking to him back and forward on his Bandcamp page, and he wrote me a wee note in this. He just, oh no, it's not this one, it's another one. He wrote me a wee note basically telling me to stay in school, don't give up. And I'm thinking, you know what, he knows fine what age I am, so it was just sort of his humour. But there we go, that's another one. B.A. Johnston. Has B.A. Johnston ever been on Vinyl Community before? Hope he has, because he's an absolute cracking artist. And again, you should check him out. He never disappoints. And his albums, you've got the thing is, his stuff isn't released in the UK. That's the only problem. It's you've got to import it all from Canada, which, you know, isn't always ideal. But anyway, there we go. Damn good album. I think this isn't his newest album. He's got his last one. I can't remember what his last one's called, but I just got it a couple of months ago. I got him to send it over. Paid for it, obviously. You see a little Made in Canada sticker there. But yeah, he certainly likes his food, because he's Why Can't Tonight Be Wine Night? A lot of his songs about food, about pizza and about eating and stuff like that. He is a wee chubby dude, so he certainly talks a lot about fast food and stuff like that. Watching My Ass Get Fat's another one of the songs in this. One of his best songs I like in this is Thrift Store Jesus, which is on this. That's a cracking song. But B.A. Johnston, something different for the vinyl community to digest and maybe even investigate. Some classic Italian rave dance music, double album, Italian import, Ciao Italia. The generation of underground. Sony, underground. And that's this little guy here, that's a Italia 90 mascot, and they've just stuck a glitter ball in his head, and they've changed the football for the Rebirth sign. I think this is in the Rebirth Records, actually. And this is basically just double album. You can see up at the top there, the import patch, of Italian club classics, just dance music. I don't know the producers. There's, in fact, Alessandro Neri I have heard of. That's one I have heard of. And that's really about it. I haven't really heard of the rest of them. But it's a cracking album. It's just really, really good old school dance tunes. Comes with this fantastic booklet. And it shows you that's the DJs in the back there. The guys that are involved in the album. And it just goes through, it basically just goes through the DJs, the producers, the artists, and tells you a bit about their work, which is absolutely fantastic if you can read Italian. Which I have friends in Italy. I've been to Italy many times, but I'm not that good that I could read this verbatim. But anyway, it's a great album. This may have been released here a few years ago for Record Store Day, a British version of it, same album. But obviously the booklet and the wording in the back and whatever else would all be in English. But I think it was a few years. I'm sure my friend told me that it was re-released here, a British version. It was released for a Record Store Day. I'm not sure. I've had this for a good. This was produced in 2021. Aye, 21. This was produced. So it must just have been last year. Oh no, is it 21? So it must just have been, if it was released for the Record Store Day, it certainly wasn't this year. It must have just been last year, 22. It was released here. But I get this when it came out, just early 21, January 21. I remember buying it. Just bought it online, straight from the record company, Rebirth. So there we go, Ciao Italia. Indeed, some more old school dance up there with, maybe quite as good as Ultrasonic, but it's certainly not that far away. Last but no means least, the Tartan Lads. Welcome to our music. Thanks very much, chaps. Over the Sea to Sky and many more. They're the Tartan Lads there in all the regalia. They look great. Standing outside some nice old building there. Nice plots of flowers. Little trees, miniature trees, some roses. Accordion, singer. They really wear their kilts well. The Tartan Lads. Picture in the back, posing away there. What do I know about the Tartan Lads? Absolutely hee-haw. Bill Moran and Raymond Carse, well, the two of them, that's about it. That's about as far as I go. Bill Moran, I think that's, I'm sure Raymond Carse was the accordionist. Bill Moran was the singer. And this is just, it's typical Scottish music. You've got the Bonnie Lass of Dundee. Oh, I'm sure there is a Bonnie Lass of Dundee. There's got to be one. It's not got much going for it, but I'm sure there's one. There's various waltzes on it. There's the Son of the Scottish Soldier, which is actually a decent tune. And then there's the Gay Gordons, Lay Down Beside Me. Stuff like that. The Sky Boat song, the Galloway Hills, or the Galloway Hills. Come Join Us at the Kelly. It's all that kind of stuff, So it's traditionally a Scottish accordion, fiddle music. Basically says what it does in the tin, albeit very much like a shortbread tin. I've never listened to this. This was actually my dad's, and it's the only record of my dad's that I've managed to get a hold of. My goodness, look at the label. I haven't opened this in ages. That's that's like Edinburgh Castle in the label. Real label. Is it Real or Rec? I'm not sure. Real Records. REL. And that looks like Edinburgh Stirling maybe Stirling Castle. Not sure. And unfortunately, this is my dad had thousands of records, and they went to somebody else, unfortunately. Know that I'm bitter. So there we go. That's my take on Harris Pilton's albums that you might probably have never been on the VC before. The guy's probably writing off the stuff he put on, probably hasn't. It's some good stuff. That's my take on it. They're a wee bit different. I hope there's some stuff there that you've never seen before. certainly unusual. Some of them haven't played for a while, some of them haven't played at all, to be perfectly honestly with you. But anyway, so there we go. That's me for another take. Until the next time then, boys and girls, stay free.